All right, I think we got the audio working. Can anybody hear me? We finally got the audio working. If you can hear me, please say something in the chat so we can start the video. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Power App Tutorial channel. If you can hear me, please say something in the chat so we can start video. Awesome. Hello. All right. Thanks for replying. So in this video, like I said in the descriptions, you can come with your questions. But today's video is going to be a repeat of what we did last week. This time around, we're going to do it with the correct audio. And I remember the last time we worked on this, we had a fully functional application. Let's just look at it real quick. Feel free to put in your questions because I know some people have the new challenge due this week or rather next week. All right, so this is what we worked on the last time. We converted this from a tablet app to a mobile app. I plan on doing something similar to that today, but we're going to start from scratch. Now, the easiest way I know to start from scratch is to first check the version I'm working with. And you can do that by going back, clicking on three dots for the Canvas app, and going straight to details. Now, for those who haven't really gotten to this part, but this is where you can actually get like a web link. If you wanted to share your Canvas app with somebody, you can share this web link with them, or you could give them this QR code for them to scan. For us, we are actually going to go to the tab that says versions. And as you can see, this is the current version we have here. You can actually dig in deeper into it. But the one we are looking for is the one that says mobile version. Save output description, 719. All right, I'm gonna get the one that came before 719. So it's gonna be the one that's 629. Let's see if we can get that version. Hopefully I have the right version. Like I said, you can pick any version you want, but let's revert to the old version and see what we have. And then go ahead and hit edit. Okay. Yep, we went back to the old tablet version. All right, this is what we want. I'm just gonna hit save. And you can go ahead and hit publish. It's still same version 2. It's fine. All right, so now that we've converted it to our old version, now we need to get it back to mobile view. And if you remember the last time, we just went to the three dots, went directly to settings, and from there we go to the display and just change this from landscape to portrait and hit apply. And you can go ahead and hit close. And let's zoom out and we have our mobile semi version ready to start formatting. All right, for those who are joining in, we are working on converting the Canvas app into a mobile friendly version. I'm also taking questions, so if you have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. But now that we've gotten it to mobile style version, I'm just gonna hit save and publish one more time. And this time I'm gonna tag the publish as mobile version and then publish this version. Okay. Um, Usually, let me zoom in a little. But if you remember in the last video, we started working on expanding and making them a little bit more legible. In this video, the same thing. So first we're gonna work on the icons. I'm gonna make our job a little bit more easier. So in our case, we can pick the two icons and work on them at the same time. So just hit Control and then selected the image logo and the image park. Let's see if we can get both of them fixed at the same time. So for the height, 75, that looks fine. Let's give them a width of 60. I think that's 65. I feel like we made it 75 the last time. I'm going to make it 75. Yeah, that's a little bit better. For the home screen, make the width. So let's select the home screen label. And let's make the width 200. And then increase the font size to 24. That looks fine. You know what? Let's make it 28. All right, so we have the home screen, we have the two labels. Next is gonna be the button. We can pick both of them at the same time. So control click to select the first one and control click to select the second one. And then let's see if we can get the, let's see, we have the height. Let's do the width. Give it a width of 240. And we can add some more font size. Let's make the font size 28. Let's go back to that. Let's just make it 300. Yeah, that's more than enough room. For the second one, let's give the height Let's give them both a height of 75. Perfect. That looks good. Enough space for you to see what's being typed in. Let me zoom out a little. So this looks okay. I'm gonna hit save. So that's for the home screen. Next is going to be the review screen. And let me zoom in a little, just like we did for the home screen. We're going to start working on the icons first. Pick the logo, Control C to pick the first one, Control click to pick the second one too. So you should have both logos selected. Give it a width of 75. I think that's fine. And then let's go ahead and start working on the review label. Give the width, this time around I'm going to give it 250 and then add the font size of 28. That looks fine. Let's go straight to the gallery headers. I'm going to just select all the gallery headers and then we'll work on them at the same time. So what I did was control and I selected all of them at the same time. And then let's go ahead and let's deal with the font size first. Give it font size of 24. Too much. Make that 18. Okay, that looks fine for now. Let me see if we can center it. Align center, vertical align in the middle. And then let's give it a flexible auto height. That's what we got. That looks fine. I think it looks fine as it is. You can go ahead and make it a little bit more legible, but it looks fine for what we needed to do. Let's go to our gallery details and select what we have for galleries. So icon, I think I'll do icon separately. Probably better if we can see what we are going to be exchanging with. So I'm just going to hit save and then go to the model driven app. We can get data in here. I'm going to open another instance of the Power App. So just open the program menu, go straight to Power Apps, and I'm going to go straight to my solution. This time around, go to model driven app, hit the three dots, and hit play. Awesome. So now that our model-driven app is open, we can add data. Let's go straight to our parking inspection info. Okay. Let me sign in real quick. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. You can't really see my credentials. Okay, so for the parking inspection info, let's go straight to our parking inspection info for today. There's no data in there. That's what we need to populate. So go to the default, open the first one we see, and then go straight to our parking inspection info. So let's pick today's date, and let's just say the same time, hit save and close, and do the same thing for the parking inspection dates. 7/26. Let's see what we have. Save and close. Okay, so we have data already. That's all I need. I just need this to be populated so that when I go back here and hit Control Shift Reload, let's hit Override. And if we go back to our review screen, let's zoom in a little, we have at least, we have data to view. Okay, let's continue with our editing. Okay, so now that we selected them, let's increase the font size. Definitely need to get the font size to, let's try 18. Too much. Make that 14. That looks okay. Let's see if we can center vertical and line middle. So we got, that looks fine as it is. And let's go ahead and do the icon. So just select the icon. We can actually manually do this. That's fine as it is. And then hit save. Gonna zoom out once it's done saving. Okay, so this is how our review screen is gonna look like. It looks fine as it is. If we go down to the back button, I don't think we need to adjust the back button. I think that looks fine. Awesome. So we are done with the home screen and we're done with the review screen. And for those who are just joining in today's video, we are refactoring our Canvas app to look like a mobile application. Because in the next video, we're going to be working on converting this into an offline Canvas app. We worked on the home screen first, and we worked on the review screen. Now we're going to work on the new inspection screen. And all we're doing is just changing the visuals so they're more legible on a mobile screen. I'm also taking questions. So if you have any questions regarding to the packet inspection project, if you are confused about something, please feel free to put the questions in the chat. Okay, so let's keep going. Start with a header, pick the logo, and pick the second logo too. Just make the width 75, and I think that should be good for that. Let's go to the new inspection label. Give the width of 250 should be enough, and then give it a font size of 28. Hmm. Okay, make that 300. I don't like the line on the side, so we could either make it a, let's give it a height of 60. 60 should be fine. I'm gonna go back to 50. And then give this 24. Hmm. Well, that looks fine as it is. Feel free to make more adjustments, but I don't like the line on the side, so let's just give this 24. Let's zoom in a little. Why is it wonky and it's not allowing me to see the zoom? Okay, let's try that again. All right, so this is the effect of working in the cloud. Sometimes things just happen the way it is. Let's see. It should be fine though. As long as you guys can view what's going on, we should be fine. So we're working on inside the container there. Now let me close this. All right, so we're working on the container, the first data card inside the container. We have the same issue we had the last time where the data card was extending past the side. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select the data card and then hit on the width. And this time around, just put it as parent dot width. Okay, so that to take the actual width of the template itself, go ahead and hit save. Hmm. I'm probably going to do the same thing to the other data cards. So let's select all the data cards and do all of them. So we have inspection data has the same issue. Packing request info has the same issue. So select both of them, control click, go straight to the width, and then just make them parent of width. Right. So now we have our data card fixed correctly. Let's add some, let's increase the font size a little. Open the properties pane. And for the vehicle info, I'm just going to increase the font size. Let's make it 28. Too much. 18. 18 is fine. It has the side of the card. That looks fine. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Or maybe I should make it 16. Yeah, 16 is fine. So 16 is fine. And then the card size is 26. Width is 723. and X is 13.49 and while Y is 10. So that's the dimensions for the card header. If you're interested in that, the button looks fine. You can increase the font size a little. Yeah, wait, let's just leave it as 18. We'll do the same thing for the inspection daytime. Okay. See, a question just came in. So we'll follow this video after we are done with the tutorial videos, video 8. Yes, and I would say yes. So what I usually do after I'm done with the first requirement is to do a pro level version of what we built. So the first requirement is usually like just an MVP where you come in and you create something that you can, quickly vamp up and give to your clients and be like, okay, you can test this app and see how it works. And if you're okay with it, we can improve upon it and make it more production level, right? Instead of development level. So the first version that you guys built is what they call the MVP, what you give to your clients so that they can test the app. But after that, we have to improve on it, and that's what we're doing. So this is my way of improving on what was given to you guys to build on. And I believe the first thing, if I was tasked with building this app, the first thing I would do would be to convert the Canvas app into an offline app. And the reason for that is because I believe whoever's doing the inspection is going to have to go outside and do the inspection. And most people, when they go outside of like a vicinity or a location, they lose Wi-Fi, especially if you're holding a tablet. And now you may not lose Wi-Fi, excuse me. You may not lose Wi-Fi if you're holding a mobile phone, but you probably will lose Wi-Fi if you're using a tablet. So to fix both scenarios where you're using either a tablet or a mobile phone, is to just convert the Canvas app into a mobile-friendly Canvas app. So that if you're using it on a mobile phone, you can actually see what you're putting in. And if you're using it on a tablet, it's fine too, because even if you lose Wi-Fi, you will still have your data. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so yes, I would say continue from where we stopped and improve on it by refactoring it into a mobile app. And then in future videos, we'll convert it into an offline mobile app. Good question. Okay, so for the inspection daytime, let's go ahead and give it the same we gave for our vehicle info. We had 16 for that. Let's see if we can select both of them at the same time. So control the first one and control click for the second one. It's not letting me select it. All right, let's just do it one by one. 16 for the data card, and then let's extend it a little because I don't like that. And what that does is it just increases the size and width, usually the height. So the height is now 28. The rest of the data card looks fine, so I'm not gonna bother with that. That looks legible. I believe it should be on a mobile phone. Let's do the same thing for the parking request info. So let's select the data card and make this 16. And this time around, I'm gonna show you the difference here. So if you change this to 28, As you can see, the line disappears. And then if we scroll down, I think the button looks fine. I don't think we need to adjust any of that. So this should look good on a mobile friendly view. Let's zoom out a little. This looks fine. Let me open the tree view again. And let's go to the next one. The last one actually. This should be the new vehicle screen. And I'm gonna zoom in just like before. And select the park too. So the logo and the park. So all I'm doing is hitting Control and selecting both of them at the same time. So we can edit at once. And then for the width, I'm just gonna give it the same thing we did with the other ones. Give it a width of 75. That'll work for both. Then select the new vehicle screen label 250 and then font size. Let's do it at 24. 24 is fine. Okay, so that's fine for the headers and the container. Do the same thing for the vehicle name. Now, I will say this. If you've completed to where we've stopped, you can actually submit that and you will get your full scores. What we're doing right now is adding extra to what we've done already. So it's not like mandatory that you have to do this and then submit this for to complete the requirements for the parking challenge. No, this is if you're trying to learn more about Power Apps and you're trying to build on it, that's what this is for. That's what the pro version is for. All right, so for vehicle name, we're gonna do the same thing. Just change the font size to 18 and move to the side and see if we need to adjust the yes. So make this 28 too. We'll do the same thing for the make. I'm actually going to extend this down a little. So just select the card itself. If you select the card itself and then drag this down a little, you can actually do that. Let's give it more room, some space there. That's all I did there. And then after that, pick the next card. So the next card should be the make card. Select the display name and let's give it a height of 28. And then go down to the font and give it a font size of 18. And I want to extend the card too. So just select the card itself and then drag it down. Let's give it some real estate space. And then the same thing for the model, font size 18. And I'm gonna give it a height of 28 too. And then select the card and just give it some real estate space too. For the vehicle image, same as before, font size of 18. Let's see, it says 34. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it as it is. And we don't really need to adjust the card, or maybe just a little. Just drag it out some. And then the button looks fine. Let me zoom out a little to see what we got. So this should suffice for our mobile version for all of our screens. Let me hit save and then hit publish. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Taiwan. I'm wondering, um, have you submitted yours yet? You have, right? Yeah, I believe you have. I'd love for you to showcase your score on my channel. Okay, so I believe we're done now. We should have all our screens. All right, let's go back to our parking inspection. Awesome. If you did, please send me your score so I can actually post it because that's one of the great things about working with you guys is I get to showcase how wonderful the results are. That's actually my pride and joy. The fact that I can help as little as I can is really what's pushing me to do all this. So actually, if you guys really want to know, we're actually at the end of this video because I just wanted to review this and change this into a mobile version. In the next video, we are going to be working on the app section. We've never really actually worked on the app section in this tutorial channel before because in the last challenge, which was the animal shelter challenge, what we worked on was, let's go back. So for the animal shelter challenge, I'm in the right environment. Correct. Let's just make sure we're in the right environment here. I think we're in the wrong environment. Let's go back to this dev sandbox. Yeah, so this was the last one we did was the animal shelter. So I was in the wrong environment. Okay, so for the animal shelter, last this was for the last challenge that came out last year. As you can see, we have a total of 33 things that we built for the pro version. That's included environmental variables, we have component libraries, we have cloud flows. A lot of things were added to make it the pro version. If you've gone through the video for the animal shelter, and that's added on top of what was required for the first MVP. And that's what we're going to do this time around. So this time around, we're going to actually extend our parking inspection. So it's not just going to be this minimalistic parking inspection that has just a few components. So as you can see, we just have like 7 in total. We're going to extend that. At least we're going to be hitting like 20 for when we are done with our pro version. Because I know a lot of things that we can add. But in the last animal shelter, Thank you very much, that one. Your lovely praises, man. So in our last video, for the animal shelter, we worked on improving the model-driven app. So we were, let me open a model-driven app so you can see what we're talking about. So the initial model-driven app wasn't as sophisticated as this. It just had what we had for our regular parking inspection, where you could just view the tables. But as you can see, we've improved on the model-driven app. Right now, like we have icons there, and then there are some other things that we added to it. For example, in the animal shelter, when you select one of the shelter names, you have some added component libraries, like you can copy multiple shelter names. Also, if we go to the animal table itself, so this is the animal table, and you click on an animal itself and open it. Not only do we have just a regular model-driven app, but it came with a model-driven app that had the bar up top where you can go from one stage to another. And if you scroll down, we had some other things that we added to our model-driven app. Like for example, this is actually an embedded Canvas app that was embedded into the model-driven app. We embedded two Canvas app inside our model-driven app. Then we added another fully functional Canvas app inside the model-driven app. So this was what we did for the pro version for the last animal shelter. And we're going to be doing something similar for our parking inspection. But this time around, in the last video, we focused on the model-driven app and how to make it, a little bit more flashy and I would say sexy. This time around, we're going to be working on the Power app, the Canvas app, and we're going to make it way more professional. So that's my plan for this series is to focus on changing our parking inspection to look similar to our my animal shelter solution. So hope you guys are ready for this long, wonderful journey. In the meantime, if you have any questions, we have, I think, 10 more minutes before the end of the video. If you have any questions regarding to the parking inspection, feel free to ask me those questions right now before we close the session. If not, BD, thank you for joining me in this videos, this live video session. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you and goodbye. I'll give you like 2 more minutes. If I don't get any more questions, I'll end the live stream.